On today's program, we're going to talk about playing through your mistakes. I am not only a musician, I'm a teacher of music. One of the first things I teach our students is, you are going to make mistakes. You got to play through them. And another thing, when you make mistakes, not necessarily does everybody else hear it. Does this not apply to life and living as well? Because you make a mistake, it's a bigger deal to us, and it can be said it's the main thing about is don't lose your stride in the middle of making a mistake. You learn this early as a musician. And this is one of the first things that I teach my students is that you're going to make mistakes. I also teach them that about 80%, if not more, maybe close to 90% of your entire music life is rehearsal. Let that sink in a minute. It is not performance. That might be 10, maybe 15% of your real life in music is rehearsal. And you know what? It's playing it when nobody else is listening. And it's playing till your fingers are hurting, until it doesn't matter if it's piano, doesn't matter if it's guitar. Some things you can play, I suppose, and doesn't hurt your fingers, although I can't think of one right now. I say hurt, it's a good hurt. It's like when you go to the gym and your muscles burn because you're working it, baby. You're working it. Well, musicians are no different. You're going to work it. Even if it's vocal, you're going to work it. And you're going to feel the workout and you're going to feel the burn. You're going to be healthy in that and not overdo it, but you're going to feel the burn. And again, this is major to stress, for me to stress today. This podcast is entitled, and when you look this one up, it'll be episode number 29, and it'll be called Playing Through Your Mistakes. You got to move on. There is not You don't think about this when you're in a concert setting or something. Never, ever, especially pop music and rock and roll and blues and all that, you're not going to sit and enjoy musicians. You're not going to enjoy them if you're sitting there to pick them to pieces, number one, as a critic. But number two, they're going to make mistakes that you may or may not notice, but the joy of it is they play through them. And so this really does also apply to how we live our life every day. I mean, would you do me a favor? Take a real good, and this is what real Gary Tussey is about. Take a real good look at your life. Take a real good look at yourself. Take a real good look at, and put energy in doing it. A real good look at what has brought you here. And play through the mistakes. I believe, and this is my personal belief, and someday I may just list what I know have been mistakes in my life at the time seemed to devastate me. But I did learn by the grace of God, and music actually helped me to do that because I've learned to play through the mistakes. Don't let the mistakes beat you up. Don't let them beset you. Many people, though, I appreciate y'all weighing in. Many people have actually been beset by the mistakes they've made. And one reason is, I tell you, I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that's ever noticed this, but maybe not. And that is, people can be cruel. People can be mean. And some people can be cruel and mean, and their intent isn't to be cruel and mean, but they say things that are cruel and mean because they've not lived your path, and they don't know the price that you've paid to get where you are and how you've applied yourself to your dreams. Some people's dreams may be making ceramics, and somebody else can't appreciate that because their dream is gardening. So, and then if you're undisciplined, you'll be critical of one another, and that's never the intent. If you want to if you really want to bring yourself up, then you need to invest in bringing someone else up, right? And again, I'm encouraging you, look at yourself for the aspect of self-improvement. Okay, I've made a mistake. I've learned from that mistake. And a lot of things we do when we make mistakes that's a way not to do it. So we know next time, because the first time it's a mistake. The next time you do it the same way, it's stupid. So Mistakes are cool. Play through the mistakes. But after a while, when you're doing the same thing over and over, I know you've heard this. It's cliche by now, but it is a fool that does. It's actually the definition of insanity. Someone who does something the same way every time, but they really expect a different result. It's okay to mix it up sometime. It's okay to mix it up. And if a path didn't work, shift it a little bit. And something else I might encourage you to do is read and listen. One of the things we talked about all week long are things you can bring to the game that don't cost you anything, that actually help you and help others and advances everyone's agenda. Among those things, one of them is listening, taking the time to listen. Just listening, not hearing. Hearing's different. You can hear something and have never listened to it and then finally say to somebody, I didn't know that. Well, why not? We've only been saying it for like 1,000,000 years. The reason why you've been hearing it, but you're not listening. You hear by accident, but you listen on purpose. You hear by accident, but you listen on purpose. You have to determine to listen. So I'm encouraging you today, don't take yourself too serious. And you learn this as a musician, because the main agenda as a musician, and we do get disciplined. And anybody who said, don't sweat the little stuff, they're obviously not a musician, because you do have to sweat the little stuff, and you have to know when to turn the corners when you're changing chords. You have to play the right note at the right place at the right time. But 80% of your music experience, 80, maybe 85% of your music experience is playing the right note at the wrong place at the right time, or the right note, the right place, but it was the wrong time. I mean, that's some stuff. And you rehearse and you rehearse and you rehearse. And some people say it like this: you rehearse until it finally becomes second nature. And that only comes with rehearsal, just like life. There are things in your life that are meaningful to you. I love something, and maybe I'm showing my age here a little bit. There's a guy named Zig Ziglar, man. He said something some time ago. He's the late Zig Ziglar, amazing motivational speaker. He said, anything worth doing is worth doing awful until you can do it well. Well, there's some things in your life that you want to pursue, and you've even tried it for a while, but it was awful. And somebody said to you, that's awful. Why bother? Well, I'll tell you why bother, because it's innate in you, and it's a dream in you, and it won't leave you alone, but it is worth doing awful. It is worth doing absolutely sounding or looking. How about the first time you took a dance lesson? Oh, my word. Have you seen these seals that come up on the beach? Your dancing looked like a beached seal or one of those walruses. Are you kidding me? But you stay after it. And why do you stay after it? Because you love it. You're enjoying it. And you know what? It's in you to do. We can stretch ourselves a little bit. You're listening to the Real Gary Tussey podcast. You can reach out to us at our website, which is realgarytussey.com. You can also email us at realgarytussey@gmail.com. We are recording this podcast on a Friday. Every Thursday and Friday is music. All we do is talk about music. I encourage my friends and listeners who are musicians, if they're playing somewhere in a live venue, I want them to call in, tell us where they're playing, tell us what they're playing. I want people who maybe you don't play in a live venue and all you do is play in your home, but you have a ball with it. I want you to call in. I encourage you to call in. So we, on this podcast, we produce, this is for our podcast family now. We produce these podcasts at the 5 a.m. hour every weekday, and that is from 5 in the morning till 6 in the morning. And I've been nominated as the most interesting man on live Facebook at the 5 o'clock hour. Thank you very much. Thank you. I am so grateful for that. And we keep it real. So it's Real Gary Tussey, live Facebook from 5 to 6. And we also produce our podcast then. So we welcome everybody. This is I'm doing doing what I saw in my inner man, in my inner image, in my down in my spirit. You say it any way you want to say it, but this is how I see it happening, and this is how it's going to work, and it's awesome and going to be awesome. So we're out of time on this podcast. Don't miss the next one next week. RealGaryTussey.com, RealGaryTussey, gmail.com. Reach out to us. We love our folks, man. I appreciate all those who are a special place in my heart for the early riser. So let's apply a high energy pursuit toward happiness. Tussey out.